that can be perhaps maneuvered a little. It's, I don't know, is it? That doesn't seem to be capturing it as much. Yeah, so that's working. It is apparently on time. Okay. Where did I put the stuff there? Music. Now there be music. Because reasons. Is that... I don't know, it seems loud on here a little. I don't think it's that bad. I do have a volume dial on these headphones. So I can adjust it there. And it shouldn't affect anything on the PC. Which it doesn't seem to, which is good. So... got to sort this design out of the lucky wheel. There, there's some eyes. I don't know, are the eyes here? The eyes are somewhere. I kind of need to get rid of them. There you go, eye shape test. I did not need all of those. I found some final ones which kind of work. So that is also done. I can get rid of the background for the time being. Now I don't know about what to do on this front hair to try and get it working without throwing away the entire design. So if I, what do I want to do? So we've got the hair going back there as well. Like I tried putting it on the front, maybe I shouldn't bother doing that, maybe I should just have it behind the shoulders. Quite frankly, that's probably the best option I've got right now. So we've got something like this. I think we're going to need a bit more of a correction there. Just the idea that it's like being pushed into that direction. So I think I could correct this a little. If I go with the reduce vector lines, vector dots thingy, then I can put this back. So is that in final line art? I think they are, yes. Now, how I will go about keeping those eyelashes, I don't know. I have a vaguest idea, but it's going to be kind of complicated in the grand scheme of things. So we can add a vector point here and then split the line. Delete that. We are getting somewhere now. As I say, I don't think these are really going to do anything. There is a neck. I need to sort out the neck. They have not got a character neck at all, which is not realistic. So delete this control point. There we go. So I think we've got this. Has started, hasn't it? Yeah. I'm not just doing nothing because it hasn't actually gone live. think if I can get a fairly consistent flow, I will be happy enough with that. It doesn't have to be exact, it just has to like look like it's kind of going with pattern. The shoes are kind of a nightmare. Like, I think I have to do something with them, because they are not as good as I would like them to be. The teeth are a mess. People will probably hate me for those teeth. There's not enough of them. And just in general, the more you look, the worse it gets. So, what I'm seeing here, I have to check my reference photo for things. Indeed, it looks like, yeah, where there's points where the creases need to be. There was also, so where is it? Final line art. We've got, there's something I needed to copy. So if we go find more final line art, I don't think I can, no, I can't get that. So I can go unlock that. Maybe then, yeah, let me grab it. Maybe move that a little. So where were we going? The head does seem more angled, but that's fine. There's bigger issues I've got to face. So how close is this to being ready to colour? We have this line, which is technically the face, I guess you could say, but still. Got to erase all the excess. There we are. Something about this I feel. Maybe it could do with another vector point, actually. Because just the more I see it... If we look at this, the hair does seem to fall more downwards on that element. So then we've got there we are. I don't know if I like that. Guess I'm going to have to. So if we can go switch corner. No, that's not working. Honestly, it's better to just actually be like that. Like, if we want the sharp angle, I think if we switch corner, that's definitely going to make that edge more sharp. And I don't hate that look at all. I really do have to get into the colouring phase, which I will do once I am at a stage of completion of this line art here. The Labubu shoes, they can be done. I think I can add creases a little later. I don't have to do them on this layer, so as long as the basis is here, just drag that down a little. As long as the basis is here, I think I can work with it. I'm gonna have to like kind of think it through. So we've got these. I moved that and I didn't mean to. There we go. I think I've corrected that. So there's stuff here that also needs to be corrected. Just to make sure the design works as a design. I mean, I did cheat a little, but I'm going to do that to try and make things work. So if we go move that there, I would say, and we will be pretty much ready for some kind of colour. Don't know, also reference. So where does the arm go? The arm goes like there. And there are gloves of sorts, so that's a thing. I think if I go and just try and make these look a little more like actual natural winklies, then it will probably be good. I mean, the arm appears to go in a direction where it's going to need some adjustment. Like, if I can pick up on this, it'll be something like that. I know I'm not looking at the best reference, but it shows that I need to know. And 3D models are not something I want to use. So this is what I'm using. Don't want to put colour in the description and then not actually do colour. That will do for now, I think. Maybe? No. That just doesn't look like an arm. It looks like it maybe moves out a little on this side, but one more point. There we go. So that's I think that's okay. I mean, I could have done worse. Actually, I'm thinking now, I would say they're gloves, but I could go with the same kind of theme here, with this like whole metal look. So if we go, because it only has to take the edge, it doesn't have to actually redo the whole thing. Something like that. Kind of going for like a wave look, for lack of a better term. So we'll go like this. No, I don't know. The hair is a bit different. The hair is like it's cutting into that, which I like, but still. I don't know if this is even going to work. Do I want it to be sharper or not? That will do. Kind of simpler, but it works, being simpler. Okay, I think I can see something going on here. There's going to be too many vector points, so I don't even want to touch them. Nah, it's like, I don't know where to draw the line on this. I will eventually get this kind of correct. There we go. That's okay, I think. Granted, my mind being my mind, it will never just be happy. With this, I have to tweak it just to make it work. So we can use the erase excess points, which seems to be working quite well. It's not ruining the look or anything. And then again, I can go switch corner, like I did on the other elements. Do 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 do. No, switch corner. There we go. So we'll go add control points. Well, I probably didn't need to add, but I keep adding them. There, I got my sharp point. So, colour should be ready when I've done this. Go, where is it? Switch corner, that was it. Just trying to keep this overall theme continuing of like the waves, which are for some reason red. We don't question why the waves are red. Okay, and then now we're ready to just split these lines, and then we should be able to colour when we've got a bit of a cleaner outlook, would you call it? That should work. I mean, this doesn't have to be perfect yet. If I'm not doing the hair, I just have to make sure it works visually. So we'll go switch split line. So delete there. Then we'll go save, because we should save everything. About 20 minutes in, and then we can finally get to some kind of semblance of colour. Now we've got the colours here, so I was thinking that that colour for the hair, again I'll have to come back to the hair just because in general that's not quite ready. Other elements are ready, and in fact, let's do that. Clear off the arm a little. I mean, that's the hair, so I don't even know if I'll keep this, to be quite honest. Probably not, but it's there and it's not in the way yet. So then we have this background. To be honest, I could probably go like 50%, so that's not really showing up too much. Maybe even 25, just so it's there. We know how it's affecting the drawing and where everything falls, but it's not like in the way. We can still barely see it, kind of thing. Especially when we add colour. So we're gonna go, I'll add a folder. We'll add base colour, which should do the job, and then we'll go add that. This is going to be base clothing. I may have other ones, but for now, that should be in the folder. Yes, it is. For now, we can do this. It should have do not cross lines of reference layer. So if we set this as a reference layer like that, we will be all ready to go. Now, I have got a colour picker layer, which has kind of ended up being used for a million different things. I feel like a darker colour here could work, because then it can have like a metallic red, which would be generally darker red. So if we go, I'd say we want a bias to fall for red, but we're going to need a colour. I believe rose red is low, so it's saying stream bitrate is low. I got drop frames at some point, it's not dropping them now, which is good, I guess. So we've got I'll get the RGB value. I mean, it comes up as rose red, so even if it's pink, I don't know, vibrant pinkish shade of red. That's one way to manipulate the prompt it gave me, I guess, because it says here it's a pinkish red. Let's see, I'll find another source just to make sure. Well, that's a colour. That's a colour palette, that's not so much a single colour. I'm looking for something that's a straight colour. Yeah, there's various colour palettes. The one I find is... Yeah, the one I find though here, HTML colour codes, says it's a vibrant pinkish red. So I think I can cheese the system here by using what is basically pink, but kind of red at the same time. I think I get this working. I do want the hair to be actual red though. But yeah, it's got to be somewhere. It literally says HTML colours. I don't know. Like, is there another source? Because I can't seem to see RGB on this page. Does this one have it? It does. I'm not sure if it's the exact same colour, but it does have RGB on this side. Colour name. So we're going to use this one because it came up and it's the thingy that seems to work. So we've got somewhere colour picker, which again that would have all those colours on, but we want rose red. So before I change the colour or size or anything, I'm just going to put, so we're going to go red, I think. I can actually go make a box, try and tidy everything up a little. So we'll have, I can change this box later, I think. This is, yeah, this isn't the background colour. So we'll go rose with my terrible handwriting. We've got rose red. Rose red is rose red, as I say, I've got the RGB, so that's 200 here. One of my weird favourite things to do is just adjust colours. So 233 and 81. I mean, that's what you'll see, like, it's got a lot of red. Even though there's a specific red slider, we don't use entirely red. That's how you mix the colours and get quite a nice colour. You don't just use one colour. So, that's the thing. I mean, I know flowers have a lot of colours that you can use. For some reason, I just thought of rose first, and it is kind of pink, but it's technically red. On this, wow, it kind of hurts my eyes on here. I don't know if it's a brightness setting or something. That is a pinkish red, though. I've set all the colours on here, so it's not as bad as it once was, but yeah. Pinkish red. So let's see how we can get this working. I mean, so I have the top part that I'm going for more metallic, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with a darker red there. I might have grey down there to match the gloves, which is going to be a darker grey, definitely. And I'm just realising something. Okay, so that's the glove, but I want to split this because there's a piece there that just doesn't need to be there. So yeah, I'm going to take what shortcuts I can. I'm going to lock final line art, which I should have done before, but this will ensure that I'm definitely using the base colour layer. Which, base clothing, oh, did I? No, what layer? This is not on the correct layer, but what layer is it on? It's on colour picker, okay. This is savable. I've not gone too far. So we'll go do that. Base clothing now. This is 100, so this is quite a small brush size in the grand scheme of things. I also have to... Yeah, I'm missing all this stuff, so more final line art, as it's called. What are you doing? Did I make pink there? I don't know, because it's like... I think I might know what I'm doing here. So if I had control point, will that fix it? Because sometimes... there is like an end one and it loses thickness. That's weird. Is it like... is base clothing just not sticking? I think... Okay, I think I've realised what I'm doing here. Base colour. That needs to be below the line art and that will fix it. That will work. Some of these things are just dumb mistakes that I make. But we have fixed that now. So... base colour. That's the eyes. Base clothing, we'll go make the brush a little larger. This is just a hard-edged brush, which works very well for applying the base colours before I do the shading and everything. And then we're going to need a grey, which, as I say, it's a darker grey. I might go with cast iron. I don't know. Cast iron is like metallic. And I think that's a darker grey. That's just what I immediately think of. So we've got rose red. I mean, one thing you can do for shading is using a different colour. So for this, though, I'm going to just use absolute black, which is not something I would use for colouring, but it works in the process for colour picker and all that. So again, we'll go... let's use 20, solid enough size, if larger than before. We're going to need another red. So, Ferrari red. No, I'll probably get... I don't know. I'll probably get copyright strikes or something. Burgundy is interesting. That comes up. So, dark reds. I'm trying to think. What colours are there? I'll look at red metals because I'm going for a metallic look. And then we can keep the overall red theme going, thus following the prompt. And I think, as I say, the odd accent I can get away with. So if we have like an accent here, being a different colour, and then I can also use the same red metallic like look here. That will help tie it together with the gloves because there will be a point at which it collides. I can use grey here as I say, it's an accent colour, so we are still using a red top and it'll still kind of blend in. So red metals. What red metals exist besides copper? If it lets me onto Reddit. Unionized metal. There aren't any that are red, but okay. Cinnabar red of mercury ore. Cesium? I don't know, it's like... Ah. Yeah, just looking at random things on Reddit. Not like, yeah, I would do anything better than that. So we've got, iron oxide sounds interesting. I'm pretty sure I know what kind of colour that is. Ah, there it shows the RGB as well. That is the right kind of stuff. I think it is like a powder iron oxide, but I'm going to run with it because it works. It's the right kind of colour, so... No, I need to make this pen smaller. It's just not working at 20. So we've got iron oxide. 155, 47, 28. Come on. And we'll go 28. Ah! I'm sure I was pressing up and it was going like down. Shouldn't be happening. 100, that should work. So iron oxide. Pretty nice red colour there, I think. It makes rose red look really pink. In isolation, that did look red. You see, like here as well, it looks pinkish but red. The iron oxide makes it look really pink. You know what? I don't hate this colour combo. It actually looks good. What I'll do for the hair, though, I do not know. Like, how am I supposed to make it contrast? I mean, the top is very light pink, but in fairness, if the hair isn't falling on top of it, I can also use a lighter red, and it will still, I think, contrast fairly nicely. So, as I said, match up this accent. I mean, it's almost, like, fire now, actually, now I look at it. Which is, I guess, the other wavy thing that's actually going to work. Oh, I messed up the glove colour. It should be fine. So we've got that to do. I do need a skin colour that you can give me on the wheel. I also need to add a neck, which I've not done. It's probably more important, to be honest. Actually making sure there is colour. So this has to be a purple colour. I feel like, I'm thinking I'll go for the flowers again. So, colour picker. Let's go and make another. I would call it tab. It's not so much a tab. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, a lot of this will get easier, though. It's just the base colour pickers layers will, the base colour picker, not folders. I don't know what you call them, squares. They'll be harder. After that, I can just, like, colour on the edges. Slightly lighter, darker versions of a colour, which I've done before. It works quite well. So we're going to go, purple. I'm kind of tempted to make the... Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to make the, Labubu's shoes, Lafufu, just because they can have more interesting eyes. But I must honour the prompt. And to be fair, yeah, as I say, they're probably cheap shoes, given how they have, like, totally dropped off popularity now. It would not surprise me. Yeah, they do. They also look like different expressions. That one looks goofy, that one looks just, kind of disappointed. Why are you wearing me as a shoe? I don't know. Anyway, we need, as I say, we're going to look at a flower, so... We're going to need, I can make a new tab for this. I mean, this information is out there, so if you care to look... Oh no, we need purple flowers, sorry. I put red flowers. And I've put purple flowers. I cannot type today. So... 62 types. No, I don't need that many. I just need like a few of the main ones. 8 most popular types of purple flowers. That should do. That should find me a decent colour. Purple roses. That comes up also. Like, there is a certain level of crossover. So, there's a certain level of crossover here. Purple roses. Oh, this is good. This is a good way of cheesing it. Because technically pink and purple are two completely different colours. But if I'm to use roses in purple and roses in red, then I can, like, have a way of, like, tying this together. Because the random wheel has selected... Where is it? It's selected purple polyester trousers. So they have to be shiny. And the top is, yeah, that. Which is not so much a tank top. I'm cheating, okay? I get that much. But we've got, yeah, put grey. That actually looks like green on here. But greys, as I've got there, it can be different colours. I'll probably go with charcoal or something, I don't know. But that's not for today. Or not today, I mean right now. So we've got purple. We're going to go with, what was it? Rose purple. Purple rose or rose purple. I don't really care how it's said. I've got bigger problems. Like how to cheese the system. Rose purple. And I'm not going to have any space for whatever this is. Right, I don't know. Am I still on colour picker? Yes, I am. At least I've got that on my side. There, you never saw that. It was always this wide. Totally didn't just cheat. And now I'm going to save because I had a bit of a stutter. I do actually have a save button on here, but I always tend to do it with the pen. I mean, I guess it's equally convenient to a point to do that. So we're going to go rose purple. I'm going to need the RGB for that. Because I don't have the imagination to just come up with a colour off my head. And I also like it like pertaining to an object that exists in the real world. So, eye colour palette. Please give me the RGB this time and don't just say RGB and then give me some other format. So we've got 176, 159, 202. $176, $159, $202. Yeah, it's easier to just do that than try and mess with that, like precise grabbing. So this is technically purple. Let's see. You know, we're not going to see it with the eraser, are we? That's a very foolhardy decision on me. So that is the colour it gives me. It very much contrasts with that, but if we're going for the same kind of colour, I'll keep that there, I think, but I might not use it. Or what would be funny if I had a colour shift from one light purple to dark? I could do that. I would not hate that idea. So if we have that go from lighter purple to a darker purple. This is not going to be final, but I do feel I need to sort these shoes out. So we're gonna split line. I mean, I'm not going to do a huge amount here, but I just don't want them getting in the way. So I'm going to go split line. Just really enough that these aren't going to get in my way, and they're going to just let me colour the whole thing. And that'll be good enough with. And I'm not hitting the right keys on the key dial. So I think this is like a red tail, which is on the Labubu. So obviously when you make it into a shoe, or just used as a shoe, which it was never intended to be, most likely, it's going to still represent what it's supposed to represent. So we have that, and so we'll go split line, delete that. We'll go, oh dear, I deleted too much. Ah! I'm messing up. Split line, delete this, and so we have something we can colour now. Gonna make sure it's Yeah, it's not selected it, but I will select that colour. And base clothing. Yeah, so need to I don't know. Am I doing this correctly? Because it wasn't bringing up the eyedropper, so that made things a little trickier. Gonna need to go with a larger sizer. It's kind of random at like 707.4, but it works. It doesn't ultimately affect it. So, as I say, what I'm thinking, to make this colour work, I'm gonna kind of colour shift from the top. I would love to make another layer, though, to make this work, but at the same time, I think it's just better if I don't, because as much as extra layers can have their uses, I want the colours to kind of be in equal proportion, if that makes sense. Just not giving the lighter or darker purple extra priority. The background is actually in front of everything, so we don't really want that. There we go. So now the background will actually fall into the background, which is really just a bench at the moment. I can do more in the future. I mean, I could make the gloves a grey that's similar to this. The good thing about making the gloves grey is it's given me, if I can find it, yeah, so it's given me grey gloves, and the good thing about that, I can tie it together. I mean, maybe I'll have to sort the hands out because maybe they're too detailed for something with gloves on. I'll have to see how it comes together. But this can look good, I believe, and I'm going to have to kind of cheese it to get that, but still. Now, I have combined a metal colour, a darker metal colour with a lighter kind of nature colour, and I think I could keep that pattern up. So, we need a purple. There's got to be a kind of purple metal. And I mean, I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on either one, which is going to take more time than I would ideally like. Purple gold, apparently, well, that comes up on the AI overview. So I'm not going to just accept that because it's always wrong. The 12 most common minerals, okay. Not metal, but the 12 most common violet, purple and blue minerals. Let's see. Kyanite. That looks kind of purple. I don't know, because sodalite. Oh, that looks like a nice purple, actually. So that looks purple to me. Kind of blue as well, though. Like, do I want it to be really deep purple or something else? I think I do want more of a deep purple colour. Because that actually, it's supposed, again, it's like I'm cheesing it. Because the top is kind of pink, but just barely falls into a red category. I'm thinking of doing the same thing, like, that is kind of blue, but it technically falls into the purple category. So it looks like roses are really walking the line in general. But I like that. It kind of gives me contrast in something that should not work together at all. Again, cheesing the system totally. But you know what? I don't hate the idea of that. So, purple metals. Well, that's Pinterest. Yeah, there's one thing on it. Any more alloys with purple? Looks like I'm going to Reddit again because Reddit seems to have the most obvious answer to this. So you can anodize aluminium to be purple. Copper antimony alloy. Ooh, titanium. How could I miss that? I know, like, it's titanium exhausts, and they, I think when they get hit by the heat, they turn red. So I'll put I think it is more of a silver colour normally, but when you hit it with the heat, it changes to a purple colour. So let's try this. Yeah, that comes up with a grey titanium colour. Yeah, titanium is bringing up the grey, but I need the purple. S24 Ultra Titanium Blue colour code, but that is titanium blue. I'm sure it's purple though. Anodized colours of titanium, but no RGB, that's just a Pinterest colour. Ford titanium and it's grey. Okay. Let's go on Wikimedia then, and just because I can't seem to find an RGB, let's go to my backup, which is going on Wikimedia. At Wikimedia Commons, and just finding a picture of a titanium exhaust or something. Because I know I'm kind of like picking apart the various properties of it. But if I can get that purple coloured titanium exhaust... No, I'm not seeing it, honestly. Time to give more research time, I guess. And I'm dropping frames somewhere or other. So, copper antimony alloy. I mean, purple is not giving me many options in the whole, like, realm of metals. Now, again, there's anodized, so... Maybe anodized will give it me. Anodized titanium colour chart, but it shows the colours, but not the RGB values, which I want to work with, honestly. There was this one thing with, like, rocks and whatever. Antimony is not good for health. But is it good for colour? I know if it's purple gold, though. If it's purple gold... Purple gold colour palette... I mean, there's various ones. Like, it comes up with purple gold. Only one of them is actually a purple. By the looks of it, there's... I mean, maybe it's my display here, but it is an OLED on there. So it shouldn't be that far off. I think I've got it set up for, like, the natural colours and stuff. But either way, it shouldn't be that far off. It definitely appears purple on there. So we're going to go with purple gold, because I need something to work with. So we're going to go colour picker. Go with, let's go with 10 then. Name it. I'm messing this up. Purple. Gold. Purple gold. So we're going to go with that. What's the number? 102. 102, 43, and 91, was it? Just checking a moment, I've got this correct. Yes, I have. So then, for some reason, I put my pen down, and I should not really have done that, because now I don't know where the mouse is going until I bring the pen back. I like that. Like, that is some good contrast while still technically being purple. I mean, that is... Okay, that's not even technical. Like, the way I can see that, that is definitely purple on all three displays now. It's some kind of purple. So, yeah. I don't think anyone can really deny that unless if there's a badly messed up display. Still, no less. The more I think about this, the more I think I'm going to need another layer for colour shift. Because... it's going to make everything so much easier to work with. That should work. So we've got the colour shift, and we're going to go... basically, like, I have a way of doing this with the eraser, which works pretty good. So I'm going to bring this down quite far for the purple, because I will not use this full, like, height, would you call it, in terms of... where the colour shift goes. Those hands can be sorted later. Like, it doesn't matter if I go over these lines a little, because it is set to, like, stay within the lines. So when I do the hands, it should stay in there. There we go. Fix that now. I mean, it's because the pen is so large, it struggles with the smaller sizes a little. I'm going to have to make it smaller for that. There we go. So we've got that. Now, if you see what I'm going to do here, I'm going to keep this 100% by the way and everything. But I think about knee level is where we should have the colour shift. So we're going to want the eraser. Very soft eraser. Gonna have to make it very large as well. So let's try about 1,000. Well, I'm just going to type it in because it's easier. Well, I don't know if I entered too many zeros, but it's come out as 1,000. I think I can colour shift a lot more gradual than that. Like 2,000 even. I'm working with a fairly large canvas, but I can get this working, you see. I think that's pretty nice. Would you call it colour shift? I don't know. Or is it colour shift when the light hits it? Either way, I think I'm done decently well here. Maybe like go a bit across because of that. So you see, there is light there. Like, you can have it where the light hits it, or you can just have this where it changes as it goes down, which is what I think I'm going with. So we've got that. Colour shift, I maybe didn't draw this before, colour this before, but that's okay. I can do this now. Nobody's to know. Also that. I'm gonna have to change this. Like, it's such a simple thing as well. I missed. No one's gonna really see that, I don't think. I might have to add some texture and stuff. As long as I'm on flat colour, this should all be fine. At least the character will have colour, even if it's only flat colour. Having colour is better than nothing. I should probably sign this as well, like I've not signed my work. So we've got the grey though. I'm going to sign this at some point before the end of the stream. We're not dropping loads of frames, so... I do need to ask the wheel what skin colour, because I can't decide that for myself. I have to let the wheel decide that. And it's kind of an important thing that I'm getting to, since I am in the colouring process now. The Labubu shoes. They need redoing, okay? They were just meant to be not like a final thing. And I mean, I've done what I've done here. And it's come out fairly well, I think. I can still refine it, though. We're going to need the grey. Definitely going to need the grey sorting. I really like those trousers. They're like a technically purple as well on both colours. But that colour shift, I think, really brings it to life. And especially since they deep-fried Labubu. I've not got the colour down, but it's somewhat close to this orange. Somewhat. And then, yes, they're the eyes. So we're going to match this up to this eye colour. Kind of. So it will be a repeating element. We also do need our blue box, which I haven't quite forgotten, on this this general sketch. You'll see how far the character has come. This is what we started with as just a basic sketch on like the first stream, two streams ago, was it? Stream before last. This is what we ended up with so far, and even though it's not fully coloured, I'm pretty sure you'll see the progression. So what was I saying? Cast iron was what I was thinking for the grey. You can use a darker grey, which I think is a lot more neutral and fitting with everything else. And also it fits with the kind of metal we've got here. Well, iron oxide, but still kind of falls into like the metals category. And it will also somewhat fit with this higher up purple. So I think a darker grey is definitely the way to go. Ah, it was charcoal I was thinking of, wasn't it? That was what I said earlier. So we've got charcoal, and I'll see cast iron. Is that a better colour? I played too much automation, and that was one of the colours. Cast iron is very dark, like getting close to black. I mean, I looked up some dark grey colour. That's what I got. It looks green on here. Maybe I've got the colours misaligned or something. Yeah, on the OBS window, it definitely shows as being grey. It kind of shows grey on here. Maybe this graphics art tablet. Why am I... No, I don't want to use visual search. Tap something on the key dial and open that up. That is, what was I saying? That's just a darker grey colour, like lower values. I think it's 59, 59, 59 or somewhere around there. But I can do more. Like, you can have grey of, say, cast iron, and it isn't just that one grey, but it still technically falls into grey. That's kind of a brown, and you know what? I don't hate it. I think it could work. But is cast iron technically grey? Well, I have to look that up, because if the interwebs says cast iron is grey, no one has excuses. Oh yeah. I've got the YouTube window off. Hi, Elaine. I mean, I'm not focusing very much. I'm trying to get RGBs and stuff, and then I closed, not closed, but I minimised that window, and so, yeah. I am at a later time now, because I was just too early before. But yes, I'm working on the colours, and I am kind of cheesing the whole thing, because it looks pink, but it's like rose red, and it's technically red. So that's what I'm using to cheat the whole system. This is what I'm using to cheat the whole system. And then we've got these two colours. Like, this is also rose purple, but it looks blue. As I say, it's technically purple. So I'm kind of going with this shifting to a lighter colour. The darker colour is purple gold, which I think is like a darker purple colour that's grey. I was going for like a metal and flower theme, so that's why I ended up with that, because there's a very limited number of options when it comes to metals. So I'm just going to settle for that. It looks good enough to me. Now we need a neck. There is no neck, which is kind of an issue. So I'm going to have to draw a neck. And the Labubu shoes, they need redoing. Labubus do not have 5 teeth. But I sketched them up and I never changed them. I even got these older feetsies here, which are not detailed at all, but they were just what I was trying to get the shape right with. Yes. So I was looking at something. Yeah, is cast iron grey? If the internet says cast iron is grey, then yes, apparently, according to the AI summary, but they lie all the time. I'm not going to trust that in the slightest. So, what is grey cast iron? Grey iron or grey cast iron? Wikipedia says. So, yeah. So, grey... I'll get the RGB for grey cast iron, just to be sure. Because I don't know if there's, like, other kinds of cast iron. But, yeah. Because I think I saw it. It looked kind of like it was something. But if it's technically classified by the general internet as being grey, I have a legitimate excuse, and I don't think anyone can refuse that. I also found an interesting, I found this interesting image. It's just, checking the number of teeth I had to use and everything. Like, look at how much more life is in the fake. Look at those eyes. These eyes actually have life in them. And the original, it looks like AI eyes. There's just nothing behind them. So I found that somewhat amusing. Like, the actual fake has the better, more detailed eyes. Who would have known? No, don't refuse. I need a grey colour. What's that? That's just a black piece of something on my video graphics tablet, and it would not go. Fluff or something. Why do cast iron pans have a brownish grey patina? No, it's totally not brown. It's grey. For the sake of it, so grey, yeah. So cast iron. Thankfully, it seems to be people saying older cast iron is purple from what I can see. So that's something. I know it does. Like, that's the crazy thing. It actually looks cuter because if you ever seen those AI eyes, they reflect the soul and all that of the person who drew them, and naturally AI has no soul, so it has no soul to reflect. It looks like those eyes. So it's not really, especially given how bad a name AI actually has, that is not the kind of thing you want to be associated with. But yeah, it's like, I found that and it was just so crazy how it actually looked like the kind of thing I would want to own instead of the legitimate one, which it just looks like something that will stare into my soul and probably try and steal it. So, yeah, so where is it? RGBA, RGB. Oh, that is definitely like falling into the grey. Like, it's slightly more red and green than purple, but I would say it's close enough to being a perfect grey colour, so I'm going to use cast iron. Should be a good way of blending this whole thing together. Like, as I think I've said from the start, grey is actually a pretty neutral colour, and for that it's actually one of the more pleasant ones to have been given. So we've got base clothing. I already have base colour, which I've not done anything with. What is that? Oh, that's the eyes. So I'll probably put eye base colour. I mean, I could use... I'm not sure if I entered it, but I could use Arctic Fox Orange Eyes, which is the same Morella had. Oh no, I think it's just Fox Orange Eyes was the term, and I do need to bring up the YouTubes again. So... where's the tab? There it is. Yeah, let's move. I think it's more... well, it depends. Definitely in the prime, it would have been more than 50 cheeses. Yeah, I am going to redraw Elena box. It's going to be better. Like, that is a very low quality rendition, just as a proof of concept, I guess you could say. I mean, I don't know if it's an actual RGB for that, but I think that's blue enough at least. But yeah. I mean, I will accept it if there's an actual legitimate RGB I have to use. Just make it a metal, but I mean, technically I guess it's cardboard, so you could use some kind of RGB, like, cardboard print. Where was I? The gloves. Yeah, so I've used the red here, like, just... there, I'm on the other window. So I've used the accents here to try and, like, tie everything together. I'm thinking I'll go with grey here as well, so... base clothing colour. I do need to stop going on and... wait. Has it got rid of my grey? My grey has gone. How dare me. So we've got 100, 190. So is that correct? I certainly hope it is. I'm going to have to drag my cast iron tab to the other browser window. There, now I have got YouTube and the RGB up, which is perfect. So we've got, yeah, base clothing. I don't want to be on that right now. I want to be on the colour picker layer. Many layers. So we've got that grey. Yeah, also, I totally didn't extend this window because it wasn't wide enough. It was always this width. Totally. The grey. Yeah, it's just... I entered the grey in the RGB and then somehow it disappeared. I have got it back here, though. Wow, this is getting into a very wide colour window. I probably don't need it to be this wide. So we'll go... yeah, I am totally not just making this narrow right now. Totally not. It was always this width. Definitely. It doesn't ultimately matter too much. As long as the intent is clear, that's the most important thing. So we're going to go this way, so... I mean, I can use different ones. That's why I'm having a different category. So, grey. And then we've got, cast iron. How I'll get this to line up with the whole, like, flower and metals theme, which I appear to have ended up going for, I don't know. Because there's only, like, one set of gloves. And the cheese avatar returns. Now we have all the avatars. So, yeah, there's also, like, the Vocaloid ones. They're still in there. And I think the Among Us crewmate is still there, even. It's probably, like, Avatar's crewmate, I had to guess. But that one is in there somewhere, because I never bothered to remove it. So, that is a thing. I mean, I do need to refund the currency, actually, from the, like, outright dodgy slot machines. See if I've got it on here somewhere. So we've got give command. I do love this keyboard. Sounds and feels so good. Ah, yes, it's worked. I mean, I think you may be able to get accessories and stuff on the crewmate. It's supposed to have quite a few. I know when a cat spawned, it did give him a hamster. For some reason, it's not given the red one a hamster. But wait, has it actually given you the money though? That's the question. It seemed to give the animation showing a jackpot, but the pair being sus, hiding behind the Among Us. Yeah. What? I need to look into that because the slot machine is being dodgy. So yeah, the slot machine is just being outright dodgy. So gifting commands. Let's see if I can do this. I can apparently gift gear pieces if only I knew the names and such. I mean, I could try changing the gamble command back to slots. If that makes it work, that might just be worth, like, returning it to how it was. There we go. Okay. I found the command, so I can make a donation. Totally not enabling gambling or anything. Need the @ there we go. It's brought it up for me. What's a fun number I can do? Yes, okay. Dumb mind is saying dumb things. As much as I don't like that whole meme, I had to find a somewhat amusing amount to enter. Let's see if this actually works, or if it's all completely balked still. So I think I've got, like, I'm zooming in on the browser window again, not the actual Clip Studio window. Cast iron, yay. I could work with the same colour shift, but I feel it's a feature I could definitely overuse. So, wait, I don't know what it's doing, because it should have added currency when I did that, but it doesn't seem to have done it. Unless, maybe I'm doing something else dumb. So, currency, let's see if this works. Because I think I'd, like, changed the whole thing. So maybe I changed that to Guycoin. Let's see if it works if I enter Guycoin. It's one of those things. Maybe it's just being fussy and won't work. Maybe something else. Why aren't they? Oh, wait, they're on base colour shift. I get now what I'm doing to make it not work. Ooh, it worked! It actually worked! I mean, given I changed all the commands, I shouldn't be surprised. But I am. I mean, the only other possibility is the slot machines thingy is actually working, but it's just not saying anything when it works. I don't know. Like, I suspect it's just completely broken. And I really do need to get into the program and fix that. So we've got colour shift trousers. Gonna have to go with making this. I think, okay, honestly, I think this has come out fairly well. Like, I've had to totally cheat. And I shouldn't have done it. Like, I totally had to cheat to get this outfit to actually work. But I think it's working out. So they look a bit more like gloves now. They look more like silhouettes. So I'm going to have to add some shading and stuff to get that working, but no less. Yeah, probably is trying to stop the gambling addiction, but no less. A good amount of money has now been added. So I'm totally not an enabler. For legal reasons, I have to say I'm not an enabler. So we've got line art, which is my reference layer. I think this is... It looks like such an odd colour. Okay. I did a thing. I completely changed the line art. So maybe if I don't have anything selected. Like, this should be 46, 46, 46. Because that's like the colour I like for black levels and stuff. It's generally like a good balanced thing, as I worked out. So why is it always just... Why is it being like this? I don't even remember what point it changed at. But... So Control A... Is that... I don't know. Like, there's got to be a way. Select. Deselect. That's it. For some reason, it's all selected. I think that should now... Yeah. It's taken a bit of time. Hopefully not dropping frames. Because I'm overutilising my CPU and stuff. Okay. I'm somehow not dropping frames. And I think I'm getting my line art colour back to where it should be. How awkward was that? Now the gloves actually have line art to them. And the cheese avatar has returned. That's totally not sus. Like the Among Us was. Yeah, so we need the final line art. I believe now that I need 15, was it? I think it was either 15 or 10 on brush size. Which it is no longer at. It was only on the eraser. For some reason. I think at this like canvas size, yeah, I was using it. So I'm going to have to probably make the neck smaller. But for now, I hadn't got a neck like at all. And that was a bit of a problem. So there is now a neck. So move that along. There we go. Neck. Yeah. I don't need to say so much. We've got I can't help it. I think if I curve the neck like edge around a little, it should be okay. So we'll go delete control point. And this should work. So we'll go... That can go like so, and I think we're getting there. I think I should draw the box today at least. There's still a few things I need to draw on here. I believe I've got like what, about 50 minutes, yes. So I can try. And yeah, this red isn't lining up. I don't know what's going on there though. Is it because it's something to do with a line art, or have I just missed it? So we've got base clothing, that would be it. At this point there's no shading or anything, so I can just eyedropper it straight off here. Yeah, I did just miss that. I was using quite a large brush, I think, and I just like skimmed over it. I still can't get over it though. Like, that looks really pink on here. It may just be my tablet settings, but that looks pink. It's technically red though. Like, if you look up that rose colour, it's literally rose red. So that is technically a red colour. We've got to do the hair as well, which I don't think is the worst. Those eyes I could do so much with. I did add new eyes as well. Didn't mention that. New eyes. I tried shaping them so it's like easy to shade them and stuff. It's not quite showing the benefits yet, but I feel that with a bit of work it will. I know, like, it does look pink, but it's not pink. It's totally not pink. Because I looked it up and it said red. And the top has to be red because the wheel said so. It's like me just being this rebellious person, you know? I feel like if you showed it to someone, they'd say it's pink. But the internet says it's red. That means it's red. Because obviously everything on the internet is completely correct. And we should never question it. I do need to add a skin colour. So you can actually find the RGBs for skin tones, which I will do. So if I can find that. Got the specs of 2 different 3rd generation Intel i5s on here. And now it's being very slow. So get this, like, there is a colour palette of a few different skin tones. I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on here. So if I drag that down, and then we can go wheel of names. I can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whichever colour it chooses, that's the skin tone I will use. Because I like being at the mercy of the wheel. And this is a lot easier than trying to enter like individual skin tones. If I just get these 5 with RGB values and see which one it chooses. And then I can add spin again. So there's a good number of options there, I think. Let's see what the wheel chooses. It's probably going to choose something else, whatever's like most likely to not work. I could imagine that being the case, knowing how the wheel is. So we've got 3. It's literally chosen the mid-tone. You know what? That means it's most likely to work, actually, with the whole outfit, because it's just going to work. It's not really far in one direction or the other. So I think the outfit can be made to work, and I do need to get the RGB value. I'm just going to put the RGB value somewhere. Wherever I can find that's not being used. So we'll go... Where did I put it? There it is. Skin is yummy. I don't know. I hope Elena Box doesn't eat skin. Like, that would be terrifying. Just sitting there, like I'm going to eat this human or something. Like, that would be terrifying. You would not want that sitting next to you if it's the case. So we've got the RGBs here. So 224, 172, 105. I mean, this is easier though than so 172, 105. I'm gonna just use this. There we go. So as I say, I'm not gonna like put loads of colour around it and stuff and loads of description or anything. I'm just gonna stick it here because there we go. So that should work. And I mean, I can add various shading and stuff to it, but at least if I can get this thing fully base coloured today, I will be happy. We've got, yeah, base clothing. That's what we're going to use here. So we'll go... I also do have to put the box. I will not forget to put the box. I think the skin colour looks a little odd. I think this is just because it's got no shading on. I think when I add some shading and lighting and maybe a touch of red as well, it will probably look good. You can make most skinish tones look good, I think, by colouring them correctly. Also, maybe my graphics tablet is making it look a bit odd, because the colour can be off on this somewhat. I feel like this song is from Gran Turismo 4. I don't know. It's just, I recognise it from somewhere. And I do think it was, like, that game. There we go. So this, I think the eyes are actually below this. So I don't actually technically have to trim them. She looks vaguely human now. I am also not doing this correctly. I mean, I could go with Y. I mean, IY, I'm not going to be bothered with. I'm going to go with like 245 because I know IY isn't exactly white, but I'm not going to go with any precise colour because I don't think in this particular case it's noticeable enough. Yeah, I mean, I know they look different. Like, the thing is, they look different. I've tried to match them as best as I can. Yeah, I know, yeah. The Labubus. They're not even shoes. Like, I did fix that much last time. They are literally just the Labubu with a hole in them being worn as shoes. Because that's what the prompt told me. So I felt like I should honour that. Whereas on this little sketch, they do actually look like slippers. That's not good enough. They are not slippers. They are just Labubus with holes in them. Okay, so you can't see any eyes there, but they will be there. And then I will have to get the hair done, but as you see, the hair's not going to fill to anywhere because of how it is. I mean, I think it's looking pretty good as a character design, though, as I say. It's like I think actually I've done a good job of tidying the whole thing up pretty much. And then you get to the Labubu slippers. Suddenly, yeah. It's like you ran out of shoes almost. Or like you had a very specific house thief and they only took your shoes. So you had to just make do. And no one likes Labubus anymore, so just turn them into shoes. Like, that is now my canon for this character. And that is why she's wearing the Labubus on her feet. So, the eyelashes I don't want to throw away. Like, these, it's probably not immediately noticeable, but the reason they flick up loads here, that's supposed to represent, like, the needle on the wheel selecting the stuff. Because the eyes are quite round. At least the insides of the eyes are round. So I thought, why not make a little reference to the wheel that essentially created this character? Or told me how to create the character is probably a better way of putting it. Now, the Labubu, Deep Fried Labubu, has one advantage. And that is that it is, that it's kind of orangey. It's like orange-yellow, I think. Can I find a deep fried RGB? I don't know, because deep fried I think is actually more brown than it comes up on the doll, would you call it? So yeah, I'll go with I think orange yellow. I'll go with orange yellow because I believe personally that's where it falls in terms of colour. Like, I see some of them they look orange, I see some of them they look yellow, so that's how I'm going to tie it together. We'll go make another tab, would I call it, for the overall shoes. On the colour picker layer. It's not showing, but I'm changing the layers of that. So we've got this, and then we've got what's it called? My head has just broken. Actually, no, I'm not going to call them shoes because they are not shoes. They're just Labubu. Like, they are not shoes, though, so I cannot make the mistake of calling them shoes. I'm going to call it body because there is face and stuff as well. The gloriously cursed thing. So the body will be 168.26. Have I entered this wrong? That, I've entered what it says, and it comes out brown, not like orange, yellow. No, sorry. I think I'm on the wrong values. I'm on percentage, sorry. Not on actual, the RGB values. So 174. And then we'll go 66. Yeah, 66. So close to being everyone's favourite thingy. I hope it's not. I hope it's not Eldark in a slot machine. That would be too real. Stuck in a slot machine. Now I feel like an enabler again. Oh. I know. It's like the RGB ending of a 66. It was almost funny. Honestly, I could have changed it one digit, but I like sticking to the RGB. I probably should have, but my mind won't let me because it feels like it has to stick to the given numbers. But yeah, it's like you could change it one number and it would never be noticeable. So yeah, I'm about an hour and a half in. I think I'm making steady progress. I may at least get the base colour of the whole thing done. So the hair, I'm going to have to go back to the line art and finish the hair to an extent that I can get it done. We have the bench for the background. That's here enough to look decent. So I think if we go on this, it should select the correct layer. Yeah, so we'll delete that. I don't think I need that. So that's something we've got. I think if I negotiate that around there. Yeah, the next drawing. Just at this point, I imagine him desperate to get out of a slot machine. Well, probably like a claw machine with like a load of different multiverse versions of Dark stuck in it. Like, that seems like something that would happen in this universe. Just a load of them stuck in a claw machine. I don't know, probably like too many of them have been gambled and they have to find a way to sell them. So claw machine it is. People love claw machines. People will put loads of money into claw machines. It's kind of gambling, which everyone also loves. So we've got there's a command I have to test. Would you wear Labubu shoes? Yeah, the Eldarken. the many Eldarkens available for winning. Now let's hope the Sakura command works. Or maybe I'll have to enter a capital. If that doesn't work, I'll try it with a capital, because this thing is just weirdly fussy. Give it a bit of a moment to respond, and if it doesn't, then I'll go back to it. So yes, the Lafufus, as I should say, because they don't have the correct number of teeth. I wonder. I don't know what to make of that. Like, is it that she wants to wear Labubu shoes, but she's a bit embarrassed to wear Labubu shoes? Well, to be fair, they are out of fashion now. I mean, it's one of those things. Would many people even get angry at you for, like, sacrificing a Labubu that way? Because now no one really wants them anymore. So, yes, it's crazy times we live in. So we'll go, I'm going to call them shoes, just because it's easy to sort as a layer. Although, yes, I get they're not actually technically shoes. I feel like I should just have fluff coming out the side. So we're going to need our proper RGB. Just saying, it is possible to do all these for line art on the 67 RGB. It is possible. It's not something I will be doing, but it is possible. There we go. Try to mute that because I had something stuck and had to cough. And it does not sound good. Try and get this. I don't think I have to do a huge amount. As long as I like keep a consistent flow. Although it looks kind of lifeless. No, actually I like that. That's the right amount of fluff. I thought it did look lifeless. I think it's just because the others are so exaggerated that I use as a template. But like this is the correct way of doing it, I feel. So I'm going to keep the overall design, hopefully. I might have to redraw that. Places it's not great, but that's fine. They're not exactly. Yeah, you could do 69 RGB as well. I would demonstrate it, but then I'll have to say it back and everything. It'll just take loads of time. But yeah, you can change these numbers down here. I think they show that. But these numbers, they will change to whatever you want them to. So, I don't know if you want 676939, which is the Miku number. You can do all that and it will still work as line art. As long as you don't go too crazy to the point it's like really extremely bright yellow or something, which just wouldn't really work as a, what do you call it, line art. So again, I think I'm going to try doing this. Just like light fluffing for the Labubu shoes. And I've got to get the teeth right as well. I would say Labubu fans would be mad at me if I got the teeth wrong, but at the same time, they're not exactly going to like me for turning them into shoes. Look, it's not my decision. The wheel decided it, and the wheel is our ultimate overlord. We have to obey everything it says. Yeah, I kind of messed that up, but it's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect line art. I do feel like that face is a little small, though. I feel like I could make that maybe a little larger. Because it does just look off. Like, I did throw something on here, so that was by no means the final thing. Let's see how that works. They look... They're kind of sus-looking shoes. Just saying. The shoes at the moment are kind of looking sus. So we've got oh yeah, so I'm on the wrong layer firstly, but that doesn't have to be like, this is the red tail fin on the actual deep fried Labubus. I feel like I'm saying that far too much now, that word. Now I think it needs to be, they're almost like ribbons actually, and they don't look as bad as they really should. I kind of hate myself for that. How dare I make Labubus look good? Okay, so we've got the face. That face needs adding. And the little ears. So where are we now? Yeah, I should have enough time to finish off the base colour, as I say. Which is not a lot, but it's like, she's beginning to take form. I will keep colouring in other streams and stuff, because I do want to see this character done now. Like, it's actually grown into a good character design. And in a way, the shoes are just like so random and cursed. They actually kind of make it work. As I say, it's kind of going to match the eyes, so it won't look massively out of place. And just the overall colour scheme kind of being crazy as well. It's going to work in its favour, I think. I mean, I could probably add a hair clip or something. Because the wheel did... I know, I set it up, but the wheel didn't explicitly say no hair clip, so I could cheese that as well. I would say she looks like me, but when you've got that as a reference image, it's kind of inevitable. So yeah, she's of course going to look like me. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, as she stands now, the image in general, the design will be finished today. Just not the whole colour scheme. So, I think it's 9 teeth. Yeah, the issue is, like, the purple hair clip, I feel like I would like it to correspond with the shoes and the eyes. A purple hair clip could work, yes. I mean, I'll have to see how it goes together. But it's not a bad idea. I mean, I would love to do dual hair clips, but that's kind of Aurella's thing. I don't want to just steal that for every character. That's like one of her special features. It's like Pearella as well, she has that, so it makes her instantly recognisable as a pair. Which in many ways other characters would not be like that recognisable. Because they don't have that defining feature. I know Miku has those hair clips as well, and Teto has those drill hair, which, you know, you see that, you immediately know who they are. Because other characters do have the twin tails, it's not just Miku, but she has some very, like, unique square hair clips. Yeah. I am currently a pair, also on the avatars. There is a way of adding purple. I could add a purple accent here, but I like how it like falls together. How I would go about it though, because as I say, we are at the mercy of the wheel, so there's only so much I could do. I mean, I could give her like a little crown type thing in purple. I mean, that maybe would tie it together. Or a headband or something like that. I feel like some kind of like headband type thing, probably going across the head like that. That would probably be a way of adding purple without really like completely disobeying the Wheelcoon's commands. So I could probably like cheese that into the way of it. The deep fried Labubu do actually have, I think, smaller ears than the other one. So we've got that. I do need to draw the box as well. I did say I will draw the box, and I have not forgotten the box. The box is the perfect mascot. Actually, yeah, the box is blue as well. So I have thought of that. The box was listed as the accessory. Now, I've had an idea. Again, cheesing the whole design. But you know, we have the bench in the background, which I'm retaining from the photo. You know, we have a surface here where a box could go somewhere on here, fairly close to the middle of the body. I see an idea. Perhaps here, yes, like, or here even, because I guess the whole curve of the outfit. I think here, if I have the box here on the bench behind her, that would add kind of a blue thingy to it, which would complement the purple, especially if I use a very specific shade of blue that it's like approaching purple. Yeah, cheesing stuff together. Cheesing is the best way of messing things up. I mean, you can just like mess things up, but if you cheese them, that's even better. Now, as I was saying about the Labubu earlier, that I found, it has to have dead, lifeless eyes. So, I can move this to the other tab on the OLED. Apparently, I'm making a group of tabs and stuff. Yeah, so it's like they have to have those really dull eyes. If I can zoom out, that's telling me to log into Facebook. It was working just fine. There it is. Don't want to log into Facebook. No. Don't want your AI stuff invading me monitor. This was an expensive monitor. It deserves better. So we've got like this smile, or would you call it a grimace? Actually, I've had a really dumb idea. I kind of like that. Like, it's off, but I kind of like just making the mouth on one side. Actually, I've had an idea. There's like that Among Us face, and it's like you look at someone because they're sus. I have to like implement that, I think, but on the Labubu. Yeah, old guy on his Facebook. No, I mean, I'm old, but I don't want to go on the Facebooks. Facebook is scary, and it's like probably 90% bots nowadays, to be honest. So, what was I saying? I'll try and find an image of it, what I mean, because I say it's gonna work. No, I mean, there's got to be somewhere. Okay. I found something. I found a thing. Not what I was looking for, but I found a thing. That. Well, I have a tendency to find strange stuff. So, yeah. I think it's just more of like a suspicious face. Yeah, something like that. Like, I want to incorporate this onto a Labubu. No. And it was just the fact that there's like a troll face stuck onto it. That was so perfect. Like, why does... I don't know. Do I find this stuff, or does this stuff find me? So where was it? That was... yeah, that was what I wanted to find. Suspicious face. But I want to incorporate that with a Labubu, because I think it's going to be pretty good. Now, okay, firstly we need the flat, like the flat mouth, because normally if the mouth is like that on a Labubu, but like, who's to say we can't have a bit of fun with this? Like, I'm still following the prompt. It is still totally a normal deep-fried Labubu, but... So the shoe is like slightly canted this way, so I think we should cant the mouth that way. We've got like 4 little teeth here, I think, on the edges. I could even make it have a tongue sticking out just for the randomness, but I think that would like make it look less suspicious of someone. So then we've got they look like slightly uneven teeth, but then they could both be fakes on this image. So we've got, I think they are like that, so I'm running out of space for the teeth. Gonna have to make these smaller. And then I'm gonna have to, when I've done these faces, I'm going to have to move on to the box because of the time I have to work on this right now. So we go 1, 2. These are slightly larger. I think I can get this working. So then we have like, I think, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then we had like 3, I think, slightly longer ones, kind of, but no. So I think I'm going to just keep these fairly consistent along this part of the mouth because that's going to work. Yeah, like, those teeth are not exactly evenly sized. It's a fake. I mean, I have to implement the sus face because it's a Labubu and it's like, it doesn't suit it at all, which is why it makes it so perfect. 7 teeth. No, because the thing is, it has to be a totally legitimate Labubu. Even some of the fakes though have like the actual correct amount of teeth, but like that's what everyone's saying. If you have to get a real one, it has to have those teeth. I could have it like just a really convincing fake, or let's say a suspicious fake Labubu. To be fair, they probably wouldn't get the proportions so off on an actual Labubu. Oh no, I didn't see that. I think he missed it, but there was like this Bard stream and he ended up playing this game and they apparently priced it at $6.70 on Steam. I feel like everyone's obsessed with this stuff now. Somehow it annoys me less than like Let It Go did back in 2013 or whatever. Because like, that song was everywhere. No one would stop playing it. In like, basically everywhere you went in public, it was playing somewhere. It got irritating and fast. There we go. I can't get the nose right, and I do have to draw the box, as I keep saying. So what does the sus face look like? This one has a green nose. I'll have to check the deep fried one. But I believe that is just a Labubu thingy. What do you call it? A Labubu. What's it? I think, the mouth is just like the wrong angle totally, but I kind of like it. It just looks so off and it's so perfect because of that. Especially if it's looking suspicious, it's like you're a fake, but it itself is a fake. It convinced even me drawing it was a legitimate Labubu. So they've got like these odd eyebrow thingies that like curve around. Something like that. That's like the eyebrows that I can see. At least as far as I can simplify them. I feel like this is a Gran Turismo Sport song because I just don't recognise some of these. And I didn't really play Gran Turismo Sport, but that's a totally different audio design. Thing is, they launched the game Gran Turismo 7 after GT Sport, but the music in that is much more akin to what came out in the older Gran Turismos. Sport is just totally different, despite being part of the same game series. And I don't think that music is quite as good. Like, it's still better than a lot of the background music I could use, but no, I'm not signing into Facebook. Yeah. So, I could give it the Lafufu eyes. I kind of want to, because I do like drawing my eyes, but yeah, I mean, this game, Gran Turismo Sport, it was a few years back. It was a PlayStation 4 game, so I think about 2015 or so, somewhere around there, if I'm not wrong. Maybe 17. But yeah, yeah, 2017 sounds about right, but it's not like a brand new game. GT7 came out after it. Yes, like you see, this music is much more akin to what I know of from Gran Turismo. Like, it's all typically like this, and then you get the GT Sports song on the playlist, and it's just a lot more dramatic. The suspicious face. Okay, I've got a good idea. So we have, okay, they are both kind of like, for lack of a better term, stick figure eyes. So I've had a scheming idea. Like, this is gonna look so off on a Labubu, and I should hate it, but I just don't. This is this is a new kind of cursed, I think. No, so where was the face I need to copy? So it's like, it's looking towards the right, or like basically that side, I think. You know what would be funny? Hi Cat. I'm drawing a cursed kind of Labubu with a suspicious face, and it's a shoe as well. I don't know, like, how did my life come to this? I'm thinking maybe what would be funny also if there's the Elena box up here, and you have both the shoes like looking to the right or suspicious of it. This is totally a legitimate Labubu and not a fake. It's got the right number of teeth. That means it's real. And it cannot at all be a fake. I think that works. So how do the eyes look? I think they have like a bit more of a centre to them. No, they don't. They're actually exactly like that. So we have to draw the box, of course. It's got like 10 minutes-ish, so I'm gonna draw a box. Now I have time. I can do the shoe later. But for the most part, the character design is done. I think I'm gonna just throw some colour on the hair, because I do want the hair to be a thing. Like, I don't want to miss the hair, so if we go background, that can go for now, while I add the hair. Yeah, those shoes are a disaster now. So where are we going with the... I might actually need the background. I feel like it should be like way back here kind of ordeal. I mean, I will redo this better at a later date, but for the time being, as it stands, we are going to need the hair to like at least fall behind the bench as it does. And I'm totally not just making the hair fall behind the bench so there's space for the Elena box. That's totally not my sole motivation. One real and one fake. They are, I think both of them are fake, to be honest. Because, I don't know. I don't know if, like, the deep fried ones are supposed to be rare. It's what the wheel chose. However, if they are, like... maybe the... I think I've had an even better idea. Because, you know, there's all this fakery with the Labubus. What if both the shoes are looking at each other suspiciously? As if, like, are you the fake? No. I'm not the fake. So they're both, like, really suspicious over who the fake Labubu actually is. And there's only so much time to get this together. Wait, so where are we? Base colour. Base clothing. So we've got this. I think I need base hair. I think that's the reason I put base clothing, so... I thought I turned into a cheese randomly. So, iron oxide. I'm going to need an interesting hair colour, I believe. So, you know what? Should I do it? You know what? Hair red. For now, I do want to get something on the hair, so I'm just going to steal whatever colour this is. I can redo it later. So then we can go... it's escaping. The colour is. The colour's escaping again, honey. Yeah, the hair colour likes escaping on this. That will have to do, but at least now we have an idea how the hair should look, which is better than nothing, I think. Granted, we can remove that while we draw the box. So if we remove the line art, we will finish off by drawing everyone's favourite box. $46. She also has like no head. You know, this reminds me of it. It's like what Project Eva, when you have a mod work and then like so you end up with just a face and no head anywhere. So I think we've got 10 there. I don't want to be on base hair. I want to be on what's it called? More final line art. That's what I called it. You know what? Let's make box line art. No. I messed up. I didn't use a vector layer. Probably misspelled that. Box loan art. Close enough to line art. Amazon box. No, it's this box. It's better than an Amazon box. Although, granted, actually, I've had an idea. So, you know, I think the Amazon box has, like, the arrow. I'll try and find a picture of it. Amazon box images. So what I'm thinking of, this is like a crazy idea I've had. You know, we have like that arrow. What if that was the mouth and it was like a mouth but also a line, as in what they have on the Amazon box? So I think that could work. I mean, I can't really explain it without drawing the thing, but anyway. So it has to be for overall colour scheme, because it's like a close colour to purple. I could use polyline here, actually. Maybe that would work. But also, I kind of like the hand-drawn aspect. I don't know. I don't want to make the box so big. It's like something she could carry around, because obviously we all carry cardboard boxes around when we go out for a picnic or whatever. Now this will make perfect sense, I think, when I've done it. I can't believe I didn't think of this before, though, to be honest. It's such an obvious idea. And yeah. I'm going to use polyline, because it should be somewhere here. Polyline, there we go. I used it for the background before. Like, this is a handy little tool, and it does also exist in Ibis paint. But for drawing this kind of thing, it's a lot easier than just trying to hold a pen steady. So then we can go something like that, and I managed to do it. So there we go. It's not perfect, but I can adjust it later. It looks enough good, I think. Is it selectable as a vector? Because I did choose a vector layer. Yes, this is perfect. So now I have the basis of a box that I can adjust as and how I need. And yeah, so it's 2 hours now, so I will be finishing off fairly soon. I also, for some reason, have that polyline like with anti-aliasing, which I don't want on. I like it to be just a crisp, sharp image because it makes it easier to colour. When you've got like all these semi-transparent line edges, it makes it harder to add colour without you know, having all these gaps in that just don't look good. So I think this is all we need now for the most part. And we have a basis of a box. Yeah, I mean, it's not my finest box, but for now it's serviceable, I think. And as I say, it's all vectors, so I can adjust it as and how I need. We'll go with a base colour. We'll go add a new layer just for the box. Let's call it the best box in the world. I mean, you can't see that, I don't think, on the stream, but it is the best box in the world. That's what I've called the layer. No, not... I didn't call the layer, it is the best box in the world. It's just called the best box in the world. So, yeah, it's always odd, though, when you see that, like, how I filled it in, and then there's just these gaps, and it kind of makes line art, but there isn't line art, so it, like, messes with it. I think this character looks okay. And I mean, I will, when I post this, I'll probably try and play around with the design a little so the box comes to the foreground, and it should kind of work. So, what do we want? I mean, there is always the obvious blue, like this. I think, okay, no, we don't want opacity. It's going to be like, that is just blue with no other red or green in. But I think I can be sneaky. Because technically, if it's like heavily blue bias, I can go maybe, let's say, 55 here, and it would still technically count as blue because the major colour here is blue, even if it is like reduced intensity. Yeah, so like something like that. I don't think many people will deny that that is a blue colour. Like, we go too much. I'm just thinking, yeah, there we go. That's up a bit more, so if I raise that up, actually, it'll be more clear on the stream. There we go, that's better. So we go too high, we get purple, but there's definitely a point, so let's try 90 and 90 here. Like, that's a bit closer to purple, but I think that's, like, generally agreeably still blue. So we're going to do this. I don't think I set the box as box line art. Needs to be a reference layer. I should have called it the bestest box in the world. That's even better than the best box. There we go. So this should be a bit closer. Teal. I'm not sure teal would look any closer to purple, though. Ultimately, it's just trying to blend this with a purple, because if I can, like, line this up on the bench as I have, it'll continue that kind of purple-blue theme, and it'll look less... Okay, I have to look that up, then. If there's an official blue... What's it called? For Lena's on, as it is. Like, that is obviously the company that made this box. Ah, there we go. 1. It's like Wed just didn't quite bother to come to work that day. Well, most of the Wed people didn't go to work that day because there's literally just 1 on the Wed. The green people were a bit less lazy. And most of the people that attended that day were no, blue, that's it. I can't even tell my colours apart. So 82. Right, if there's an official colour, I will use it. Just to make sure, you didn't see this. That colour never existed, actually. No. No, that colour never existed. There we go. Ah, I've messed this up. There we go. But anyway, that colour never existed. As you can see, there is no other blue there. it went outside the lines. Didn't you learn anything from your colouring book days? It's supposed to stay in the line. There we go. Official Elena's and colours. And I'm gonna need to finish soon, but... Hey, I got that hex code. But I do love the red. Like, 1 on the red. That is just so perfect, because it's like... red. 1 of the reds came to work that day. I mean, that's the blue on the box accessory. That is actually kind of purple. So that would work, but... I must follow the instructions. Well, it'd be like Emmett. It's against the instructions, I can't do it. So, I should really be using the colour picker, but anyway. There's 1 red. Like, I don't know if you can see it in the bottom left, but there's like 1 red, 53 green, and 83 blue. That's what orange was evil, Elena. I mean, it could still work, but I guess to a point, it did say a blue box, and I mean, thus Elena box was born from the requirements. I think I'm not going to go with like absolute white because it can be pretty harsh. I'll go with, let's say, 230 RGB. 230 should do a job of things without like being so in your face as like absolute white. So then we've got to go back to the best box in the world. Is it the colour? Yes. I can't draw today. I think we need a big bold A. We need to really let everyone know what this box is. And that the delivery of cheese has arrived. Ah, yes, I remember the cheese lady. The best cheese in the world. So, I think I could actually play on the Amazon one here, so just make that curve a little less pronounced, and then it's like part way to the Amazon logo. There we go. I like that already. She takes this box everywhere she goes, so... Yeah, so just finish this off, I think. Base hair. There we go. So there's stuff I need to do, but for now we have a idea of where the character is going. We have completely messed up Labubu shoes. I think one thing I can do. One thing I can do is the Labubu shoes are like crossing with the base line art. So we've got eye base colour, base clothing. So that's the clothing. That's the so that's the box lineup. More final lineup. That's what it's called. So I'll call it a day for today after. Like erasing these, not that, after erasing some of these pieces. Because then we'll have the other layer of shoes and we will be good. Just going to select this with a lasso because it's easier to delete that way. And Labubu shoes. So that's what we've got for today. I do need to add the box line art as well. Yeah. Thank you for the kind comments. I do appreciate that. I don't think it looks that amazing with the base colour. I mean, it looks decent, but it will really come alive when I've done the shading and stuff. Granted, it has come a long way from here. Like, the skin colour isn't actually as different as you might expect, given I did ask a wheel for one. But yeah, for now, I'm pretty happy with what I've achieved in just 3 streams. With the colour, the thing will really start coming alive, though. And yeah, so I'll be here next Saturday again. I don't think anything's going to stop me streaming then. So yeah, I'll leave it here for today.